There are moments in life when everything around us seems like an enigma, when the days seem too long and the nights too silent. Moments when we wonder if we're on the right path, if the dreams we carry still have value, if God is truly guiding us. Today, I want to invite you to enter a story that echoes through the centuries, a story that speaks of dreams, falls, waiting, pain, and above all, faithfulness. The story of Joseph. And as we journey through this narrative, I want you to allow your own heart to breathe, rest, and find meaning within this divine path. Before we move on, take a deep breath. Inhale through your nose, very slowly. Hold your breath for a few moments, and exhale gently through your mouth. Once more, inhale, hold, and exhale. Let your mind slow down. Let your body relax. This is your moment. And as you settle in, imagine yourself entering a completely different time and space. Ancient Canaan, where a 17-year-old boy is about to discover that God-given dreams have a price, but also a purpose. Imagine Joseph walking through the fields, the sun touching his face, the gentle breeze swaying his colorful tunic, the tunic his father had made with such care. It was a symbol of love, but also a symbol of tension. His brothers watched him from a distance, resentful, unable to understand why that dreamy boy was so special in his father's eyes, and perhaps without realizing it, also special in God's eyes. Joseph used to dream, dreams so vivid, so striking, that they seemed more real than waking up in the morning. One night, he dreamed that sheaves of wheat bowed down before the sheaf itself. Another night, that the sun, the moon, and 11 stars bowed down before him. For such a young boy, this was intriguing, perhaps even fascinating. But for his brothers, it was unbearable. Why did he have to dream so big? Perhaps you too know this feeling of carrying something grand in your heart, of feeling that God has called you to something, but when you share this with others, what you receive is not support, but resistance, doubt, even contempt. Sometimes, the dreams that God plants in us bother those who have not yet learned to dream with Him. Take another breath. Allow these memories, your own memories, to gently surface, and let God take care of them as we move forward. The story continues. Those dreams that should have been a source of hope became a source of hatred. And one day, as Joseph walked towards his brothers, with the purity and joy of someone who doesn't imagine evil, something inside them broke. "Here comes the dreamer," they said, and the cruelest plan was formed. They would throw him into a cistern, an empty, cold, damp hole, a place where light barely entered. Imagine the fall, the sound of the stones, the impact, the darkness. Imagine the confusion in the mind of a young man who never harmed anyone. Joseph calls out, shouts, asks why. Silence answers. Perhaps you too have experienced a moment like this. A moment when you were left at the bottom of something, a pain, a loss, a rejection, and there was no answer. Perhaps you were betrayed by people close to you, hurt by those you trusted most, simply fallen into a dark place without understanding how you got there. Now breathe, release slowly, and let God enter those places in your heart. Because for Joseph, that well was not the end. It was only the beginning of the journey. His brothers sold him into slavery. He was taken to Egypt, a strange land, with a strange language, strange customs. Everything he knew was taken away. His family, his home, his security, his identity. He could have given up there. He could have rebelled, lost his faith, become bitter. But Joseph kept something inside him, a silent flame, a certainty that even if everything seemed lost, God was present. And God was indeed there. In Potiphar's house, Joseph was faithful. He worked with excellence. He did his best even when no one saw, even when no one recognized him. And God prospered everything he touched. Imagine Joseph waking up early, organizing his chores, taking care of the house, being upright when no one was watching. He wasn't expecting an audience. He was serving God. Perhaps you are in a similar place. Perhaps you're doing the best you can, and it seems like no one is seeing it. But God sees. He always sees. However, just when things seem to be looking up, another injustice struck. He was falsely accused and thrown into prison. Another fall, another abyss, another dark night. Joseph could have said, "Enough is enough," but he didn't. Inside him, there was something that couldn't be imprisoned, the God of his dreams. Take a little deeper breath now. Feel this truth entering you. Neither prisons, nor pits, nor rejections, nor losses can hold back what God has placed within you. In prison, Joseph became a counselor, caregiver, and helper. He interpreted dreams, including those of two men very close to the king. One of them promised he would remember Joseph and then forgot. For 2 years, 2 years, 2 years in a place where it seems nothing changes. Perhaps you know this phase, the waiting phase. The phase where you say, "God, when?" And he answers only with silence. It's difficult, but it is in silence that God strengthens the root. It is in secret that he forms character. It is in waiting that he prepares us for what is to come. Now breathe slowly. Inhale, hold, exhale, and allow this truth to calm you. Because just like Joseph, you're not waiting alone. And then, one day, something happens. Pharaoh has a dream. No one can interpret it. And suddenly, that man who had forgotten about Joseph finally remembers. And Joseph is summoned. He gets up. He prepares himself. He takes a deep breath. He walks through the palace corridors. Imagine that moment, the racing heart, the weight of responsibility, and at the same time, the presence of God enveloping everything. Joseph interprets the dream. He explains what no one else understood. And in a single day, he goes from prison to the second most powerful position in Egypt. That's how God works. Suddenly, in a way that no one could have predicted, in a way that only he can do. Perhaps you're closer to your suddenly than you think. Now, close your eyes for a few moments. Imagine yourself before God, holding your dreams, your fears, your hopes, your pains. See yourself surrendering everything to him with trust. See God touching your hands and saying, "I am the God who transforms wells into purposes. Nothing is outside my care." Breathe deeply. Feel peace entering you. Feel God's love completely enveloping you. Feel hope being reborn within you. The story continues, and Joseph is reunited with his brothers years later. Now he is powerful, but not bitter. He is healed, and he speaks those timeless words, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good." And before we conclude this moment, allow yourself to linger a little longer, just breathing, just being. Joseph's journey teaches us something precious. God is not in a hurry, but he is never late. Often it is we who want to rush, force open doors, climb steps without being ready. Joseph didn't rush anything. He was led. And there is a profound beauty in being led by the hands of a God who sees what you do not yet see. Take another deep breath. Feel your shoulders relax, your mind quiet down, and your heart find a gentler rhythm. Now imagine something simple, a long road gilded by the light of dusk, and you're walking along it. There is no hurry. There is no fear. There is no weight. Just firm steps guided by God. Each step you take is surrounded by the grace, protection, and wisdom of the Father. Sometimes you look back and see deep valleys you thought you'd never get out of, but you did. At other times, you look ahead and wonder how you'll cross certain mountains. But God says, "I'll go with you." Joseph didn't know what the future held, but he knew who was by his side. And that's what changes everything. Perhaps God is preparing you for something that doesn't yet make sense. Perhaps he is strengthening your faith, refining your character, molding your heart. Nothing is wasted in his hands. Even the tears that no one saw, even the silent days when you try to be strong, all of that is being used to build something greater within you. Walk with faith. Walk calmly. Walk with God. He is guiding you, just as he guided Joseph, step by step, dream by dream, until everything is fulfilled. Take another deep breath. Inhale, hold, exhale. Feel your soul lighter. Feel your mind clearer. Feel your heart stronger. You are not alone. The God of Joseph is your God. The God of dreams is the God who protects you, and he continues to write your story, chapter by chapter, even when you don't realize it. Now rest. Walk with confidence. And remember, The dreams that God plants, God Himself fulfills, and He will continue to guide you, your steps, your journey, your entire life. Now, I want to ask you something. Continue walking with me. Continue immersing yourself in these meditations. Continue allowing God to speak to you through His Word. If this moment has brought you peace, direction, or simply rest for your soul, I want to invite you to subscribe to the channel. Not as an automatic gesture, but as a way of saying, I want to continue growing. I want to continue hearing God's voice.